What's up, everybody in the house tonight? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody in the house tonight? What's up? What's up? Yeah.
Hey, there we go. It's finally working. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Garrett and Steve Show featuring Bill Schulz today. We got a lot going on. We got a big fight with Opie and Anthony. We got the Louvre being broken into and many more stories. But first, let's get to our first guest of the evening and our only guest of the evening, Mr. Bill Schulz. What's up, Bill?
I am so happy about that animation. And I wish I had those moves. Oh my God, that was awesome. Well, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, by Fan Photoshop saw your tweet on Sunday saying that you were going to be on the Monday show, but I screwed up and gave you the wrong day. And then,
well, that's kind of my fault because you immediately asked me if I could do it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll do Monday." And then after I stupidly tweeted, "Hey guys, on Monday," you're like, "Actually, no, Monday doesn't work." So it's kind of my fault, but I'd rather you take the fall.
So what's been going on? You started a tour company?
Define started. I prefer to think of it as still in flux, but okay. Yeah, I mean, well, all right. So I'll actually ask you this because I'm really starting to worry about the name. So it's called Knickerbocker Tours.
Yeah, we went over this during our show.
Yeah, and it's a play on the words of Knickerbocker, which is what Washington Irving used to call New Yorkers. And then, of course, we have a basketball team named after that. But people aren't getting it. And I'm starting to think this is a bad name. The problem being, Garrett, is I have already bought the URL.
Wait, so, they're saying no sound? Are people lying?
Oh,
we can hear it. Oh, they're lying to me. Sorry.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah, they prefer no sound. But yeah, I just, it's not being received well. At least from the people I gave. Shockingly, my dad is like helping me fund out of this because he looks at me as a pathetic piece of crap and he wants to invest in something that possibly I can do. And I gave him a lot of options and he chose Knickerbocker. And more and more I'm worried that that's not going to be the best name, but we're already so far into this.
Yeah,
with graphics and all that stuff that I kind of feel like I'm stuck with it. But how are you doing?
My problem with it is it sounds like a bad word when you say it.
Okay, first one is tell me that, and that also worries me a lot. On paper, it doesn't look like a bad word. But
no,
if
it doesn't.
Say it, yeah, yes. But if you say it, and especially if you have a couple drinks in you, then it sounds like a bad word. And of course,
so when you have a couple drinks in you and then you tell someone to go to your website, knickerbocker.com, they might get confused.
Or you're sober and Gino.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm not good at this stuff, is what it comes down to. I'm good. Like, here's the thing. I'm a good walking tour guide. All this crap, I'm not good at. I do feel like I'm a good walking tour guide. This
you are. I went on one of your walking tours, and it was really fun. And
you guys,
everyone seemed to like it. A whole variety of people.
Well, no, from what I remember, your way better half were the only ones that laughed at the few dumb jokes I did. But because you guys did, other people gave me like charity laughs when you went, which I appreciate.
Now I don't. For some reason on today's show, it says our stupid names in the bottom left corner, and I can't figure out how to get rid of that. But
say what?
It says our names, and yours says Go Big Blue, and mine says Garrett. And people know who I am I don't think we really need the names, but
No, I put go big blue ? Because that was my question for you.
Oh, well, I'm turning into a Giants fan, not really, but I've been to 2 games this year already. Have probably getting tickets
I
for
went to
the
one
next
with
home
you.
game. Yeah, you went with us. That was a fun time with your half a garbage bag.
I got busted outside with what I thought was an 8 by 10 bag. That is what it says on the website. They took that bag. I was carrying my stupid laptop, my keys, certainly a lot of heroin, and I'm holding all of it. And then one very nice guy at the Meadowlands Stadium, Metro Life, whatever it's called, he's like, dude, let me give you a garbage bag. And so I just come in looking like even more of a hobo and hang out with you guys with a giant garbage bag full of my crap that I would just be carrying. Yeah, lesson learned. I don't know what the lesson was.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I hate that
it was
stadium.
fun though until you stole the beer at the end of the game, put it in the bag, and the whole bag ripped open. And all your stuff spilled out in the group of everyone trying to leave the stadium.
I thought we agreed that we weren't discussing that, but cool that's open for discussion. Yeah, you don't like waste not want not. That was a very expensive beer. But yeah, it all went pear-shaped, as the British say. But it was really fun. You guys had great. I missed the whole part where you guys were on the field.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on the field for a game before?
No. Well, I mean, baseball, yeah, when I did the first pitch for the White Sox, but that was it. Oh, and then
you did the first pitch for the White Sox?
Yeah, we ran that on morning. Well, you've done a lot of shows. I will give you your lack of memory.
Maybe that was when Bobby was there, not me.
No, it was you.
Oh,
no, this is early on, and we just ran a couple clips. But and this is so pathetic. It was when I was on Red Eye, and first of all, it's the White Sox. No one gives a shit. And normally their first pitch is like a 12-year-old that won some sort of raffle at a Southside Fair. And that also happened that game, and also me. But I had to approach the White Sox, say that I was on this show called Red Eye, and could I please do a first pitch? I approached them. How pathetic is that? And it took them like half the crappy year they had for me to go and do it. And of course, they put me on the game that was the season opener between the then defending Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Bears. And as you can imagine, it was a packed stadium. In the South, there were tumbleweeds and me doing the pitch. But so yeah, we did it. I did a Maxim story for it because I'm a multitasker, and we did a package for Red Eye. And Gutfeld didn't even really understand why I was doing it, but whatever. Fox News paid for my hotel.
Who doesn't understand why you'd want to do the first pitch? That sounds awesome. No matter what.
Thank you, but yeah, Greg doesn't understand. And I did a training session video before that where I was basically just galloping with this really gay looking toy dog that was my producer's dog, and I was pitching with him and stuff like that. And I got a lot of people to give me advice on air before we actually ran the thing. I really worked on it, but I was on the field for that. And there was just no one there. And you remember Joshua, who also was a gay correspondent on morning.
Yes.
He was my producer for this thing. So he came with me, and I had a t-shirt called I Still Call It Comiskey. And Joshua was like, I want to wear it. And I'm like, actually, I don't know if that's a good idea because White Sox publicity is helming this. And they do not want it to be known as Comiskey. At that time, I think it was called U.S. Cellular. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, they don't want that T-shirt. Joshua don't care. And so the whole time where I'm like interviewing players, Ozzy, all these people, Joshua's in the background, and it's like half him because he's much taller than me, so he looks even gayer. And it just says, "I still call it Comiskey," and he has no idea what even that means. But he's just sitting there looking smarmy in the background, and that did not endear me to the rest of the White Sox press.
Now, did you pitch from the mound, or did you do the cheater pitch?
Very good question. I was told that you do not pitch from the top of the mound. You go to the bottom of it, and I wasn't having any of that. But yeah. I also was told that Ozzie Guillen would not speak to me because he did not like Fox News. But I kept my microphone on, and I said, well, I'm also here with Maxim, so will you talk to me? Because I had a photographer there with the Fox News cameras, local, Chicago, whatever. And Ozzie's like, yeah, I'll do that. And so I just secretly taped him and interviewed him for Fox News, which maybe is illegal. I'm not sure. But Ozzie told me, he's like, the one thing you got to do is don't be an asshole. First of all, get to the top of the mound, but also don't hit the ground. You can overthrow it. That's fine. If you hit the ground, you're an asshole. Everyone will boo you. And it's a horrible Ozzie Guillen impression. But that Ozzie.
I was thinking the other.
Oh, Ozzie Guillen. Yeah.
He
was still manager. Yeah, it was like 2009. And so I was at the top of the mound, and Mark Burley, pitcher, was a celebrity catcher. He just pitched a perfect game that year. And he was a celebrity catcher, and I didn't underthrow it. It didn't hit the ground, but Mark Burley literally had to jump with all his might to catch the ball to make sure it did go in the stands. That's how much.
Wow, what an arm you have.
Well, without steroids. But and I was practicing so much in the parking lot right before the game. And I remember Josh too. Like, I just broken up with my girlfriend, who I think you met, Sarah, way back in the day. And Joshua, quote unquote, surprised me with getting her a ticket for this thing in the airport right before, I saw her JFK, and I'm like, Joshua, what have you done? Because we just had this huge fight, and we broke up, and she's wearing a White Sox hat. She's like, hey, I'm coming. I'm like, oh God, okay, fine. And we shared a hotel room. But the biggest memory of that whole thing was the night after the pitch. We go out, and this girl that would come on Red Eye a lot, she worked for, oh my God, what is it called? It's Jesse Jackson. It's the Rainbow Fund or whatever.
Rainbow Coalition.
Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. And she's like, Bill, and she lives in Chicago, and she come on Red Eye a lot, and Greg never liked her, but every once in a while she'd be the token liberal, I guess. And we go out with her, and she's like, no, you don't understand how tight I am with Jesse Jackson. And I was like, well, prove it. Get him over here. And it was me and a couple buddies I grew up with. Motherfucker gets Jesse Jackson with us at this crappy bar. He comes in with 2 security guards in a huge SUV. Jesse Jackson doesn't drink, so he just came there, ordered a huge thing of fries, and just kept eating them. And he's like, so Bill, let me ask you something. Did you want to throw? Did you hit in the dirt? I was like, no, Reverend Jackson, I actually overthrew, but I did get it across the plate. It's like, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. He's giving me advice as he eats. I'm like, what planet am I on? It was insane. And then, I don't know, he kind of petered off after a while. And then, sure enough, about 3 months later, we find out she's been having an affair with him the entire time. Which, yes. God, I want to say her first name's, you can Google it, Tara, Tara. Forget her last name, Mobley.
But Jesse Jackson seems like such a stand-up gentleman. He would never do that.
Oh, totally. Totally. Yeah, I agree with that statement. The whole thing was so weird, but amazing. Yeah. Jesse Jackson giving me advice after the crappy first pitch that no one was at because they're watching Bears Steelers.
Now, do you bring a glove too?
Oh, yeah, I did because I was practicing with a buddy of mine and Brad Morris. You remember Brad Morris?
Yeah.
He was in the parking lot. Yeah, I was just feeding him balls.
He's from Lost, right? He's the guy from Lost.
He wishes. Nah, Brad was like, he's like the character. You know, he's always on morning. And remember for a while he had, might have been after you left, but he had this weird alopecia thing where he was always this character actor. Yeah, he was always this character actor that was on. If you can think of a sitcom that was successful in the 2000s, Brad was on it, but
for like one episode or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But you have like a couple episodes strands, and then he was like a regular character like Cougar Town. That was kind of big, but he was in like Modern Family and all that stuff. And so at one point, and apparently this happens to a certain sect of Jewish men after around 40, and apparently it happens a lot. You just get alopecia, and like alopecia in the sense that no eyebrows, no pubic hair, all hair, everything goes. And I remember when I first saw and I remember when I first saw pictures of him, I thought he had cancer. We hadn't talked for a while, and I thought he was undergoing chemotherapy, but no, he just got this. And as a result, it's tough to get hired in Hollywood when you got no hair, and it sucked. But he has so many friends in the business. He's an old Second City guy, great improv guy. He'd still get hired. You know, they give him like paste on eyebrows and stuff like that. And then he underwent. Am I still on with you? Garrett?
Sorry about that. I went to switch a tab and hit the close tab button. So that was fun. But I think we're good.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, long story short, like he would still kind of get roles like from friends of his, and he's a great improv actor, but he would have to have, pasted on eyebrows and a wig and all that stuff.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was terrible. And then he underwent this experiment medical thing that like a couple thousand people did. And I don't know what it entailed, but it worked. And all of a sudden, he started getting his hair back. There he is. There's Brad. And that's what he looks like with hair. And now it's all back. It has yet to be released to the public that suffer this.
Mm-hmm.
But he was part of, and apparently there's a lot of bad side effects. Like it really screws with your immune system, all that stuff. But like, as an actor, he's like, screw it. Like I need my hair and my eyebrows and pubic hair would be nice. Yeah, and it worked. And so he started, looking like Brad again. But yeah, it was scary stuff for a while.
Wow. I mean, some people would almost consider it a bonus to have no pubic hair. A lot of people are trim it all down or get rid of it. I don't understand that.
Do you well, you're a married man, like you probably don't care anymore, but do you like Manscaped?
Never.
You don't want like a full, you never do? So you've got like a full Garrett man bush around those tiny little balls.
All natural, baby.
Do we call it all natural or just disrespectful to the lady in your life? I mean, if you've got like a Dr. J 1977 New York Nets afro around that thing, that's not fun for anyone. I mean, it's just a little scissors. It takes 5 seconds, Garrett. It's at least American
5 seconds every other week or something. It seems annoying.
Those 5 seconds. Wow. I don't even remember what a vagina is like. And I still escape because I don't want a full on giant, again, Dr. J afro around the balls. So I'll just do it for me, just to make it look nicer. It's all still there, but
I mean, I can't argue.
Apparently, you hate yourself. and your balls.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems I hate getting haircuts.
It seems like 5 seconds you can spare to just cut. Yeah, wow.
No, now I have to buy like a buzzer and
It's scissors. It's scissors you would buy at Staples. Come on, man.
And then what
Good
do you
Lord.
you grab it and you pull it out and you do the little line with your fingers and you cut across?
Yeah,
like, what am I doing?
Exactly. That's exactly what you do. Takes 2
I don't
seconds.
even want anything sharp in that area.
I mean, that is a good point. And knock on wood, I haven't had any accidents yet. But it gets unruly sometimes. I mean, look at this like brunette McDonald. Picture that on my balls, and nobody wants. But yeah.
Well, at least my exiting out of the StreamYard tab for a second got rid of our names on the bottom of the screen, so I'm happy.
To remind you of the Giants. Yes, I got you.
We got a few super chats coming in. We'll get to those, and then you sent some tour pictures. Maybe we should get into that before we get into.
They're not that great. No, you're the host.
Okay.
Photo edit because none of them are that interesting. But my life is not that interesting, and this is all I could share.
Well, we got Bob Fan Patrice says.
I'll book a tour on Thursday if you do it late. I can do it late. That would be a private tour, probably through the Bowery Boys, which is a little more expensive, but of course I could do that. My next tour is on Friday. I did do one today, which is why I'm a little hoarse. Garrett, I wasn't working on my instrument, but yeah, I can always do a private tour, man. If it's just one person, that's weird, but we can make it work.
Yeah, Bob's a good guy.
Let's do it, Bob.
You could walk around pretty quick too, get it done, in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I also like the fact that Bob seems like a younger individual because, as Garrett, as I've told you before, the big problem with some of these tours is older people thinking they can walk like young people.
Yeah.
And invariably, and I think you had a little bit of it on the tour you went on. Gotta start after a while. You wait for the people. Yeah, it slows the whole tour down, and and I try to be very clear about how long it is, but what are you gonna do? And
Jonathan Mardukas, thank you for the $5. He says, "Don't doubt yourself, Bill. Huge knicker lover here, begging you to keep it. Knicker, please."
I have made a huge mistake. I am now realizing this. Wow. I'm wondering how much it's going to cost to get a new URL. I had so many other better names, none of which I can think of right now, but I gave my old man so many options. Christ.
I mean, if he's funding it, he kind of gets the pick.
He gets the final say, but I don't think he saw the forest for the trees on this one.
No.
And I almost feel like that title was one of those where it's like, all right, I'm going to give him a bad one, so he takes one of the ones I like. But
next super chat, Bob Van Der Retreat. Sorry, Bob. I believe you sent in a super chat earlier, and when I closed the tab, it deleted it for me. But I think it said,
Garrett sucks.
I suck. It said you caught the last night's episode with Peter Bisconti, and you really liked it. So thank you very much, Bob. And sorry if there was another super chat in there that I deleted, but we'll have to work around it. He's not good
at what he does, Bob, at all.
I'm not. Bob was that's a good question, Bob. Was Jigaboo Tours taken?
I might as well have just given my dad that option. Yeah. I'm thinking everything, Garrett. Look, all I can do is boots on the ground. The rest of the stuff I'm really bad. God. Lovely today.
Luigi M, thank you for the $3. Gavin McKinnis says you sleep on a friend's couch. That's not
interesting
true.
Interesting spelling of the word friends.
Yeah. He doesn't have time for all those letters.
I got you. Or is it a combination of a friend and a fern? So it's like a plant that you're also pals with. Gavin is one of the few people that's actually seen my place. He did I ever tell you this? This is a great story. So way back in the day when I was still on Red Eye. Oh no, I just gotten fired from Red Eye, but Gavin was going to go on Red Eye, and we had day drinked the entire day and got blackout drunk to the point. Oh, actually, I think I was already on morning. No, maybe it was in between. It doesn't matter. Gavin and I were at a bar, and Gavin had really gotten into biking. Smart move, living in Brooklyn.
Bicycle biking or motor bike?
Oh,
biking?
no.
Cycle biking.
And,
okay.
And he was drunk that I felt like a PSA in the 1980s, like the more you know kind of thing, where I'm like, Gavin, you cannot get on the You're so drunk. He's like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to nap. And I'm going to go on Gutfeld show. After I'd already gotten fired. And I tried to stop him. And he quite literally, as he's trying to bike back, hits the side of a car, falls down, gets his bike back up, and then somehow makes it back. Then he takes a subway to my place because it was close to Fox News. Okay. He's got a gaping wound on the side of his face, like pulsating. Oversleeps the first half of Red Eye. And the time he's like, Bill, you've actually got a nice place. And passes out. Finally, I'm like, I wake up on my couch and I'm like, Gavin, you're already late. And he goes into he gets there at about halftime when Annie Levy does his stuff. And the hair and makeup try to cover up his wound. You can probably find this online. And Gavin saves it because, Greg's a pissy little bitch. So he's upset that Gavin didn't show up. Gavin gets into the panel with this gaping wound with crap makeup all over it. And Greg's like, oh, Gavin, there you are. And Gavin does one of these things where he's sort of like, no, Greg, I've been here the whole time. And turns into this whole Twilight Zone type thing with his gaping wound. It was kind of brilliant. But yeah, Gavin has crashed for better or worse at my place right before going to Red Eye after I got fired.
Oh, nice. All right.
Is it nice? I think it's a cry for help.
Bob Van Patrice says, Bill is rocking the John Benet Ramsey haircut.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Wait, is this John Benet Ramsey?
Didn't she have like nice coiffed hair?
Well, wait, John Benet Ramsey, wasn't that the kid beauty queen?
Yeah, that got killed. Hair. Yeah, and she got killed by who knows who. They never caught the killer. Yeah.
I still assume it's the dad. It's always the dad.
Thank you, Bob.
Well, thank you.
Jaquan G, thank you for the $2. He says, Bill, is the bowling ball still for sale? Good question, Jaquan. Now, Bill had some sort of like an eBay site up selling all his memorabilia, and he had a Michael Jordan signed bowling ball without the holes drilled into it.
Which makes it way more rare.
Yep.
Amazing. And worth the $120 or so I was charging.
It even had his autograph on it.
Well, not really. I mean, it's an etched autograph. I mean, yes. Autographed by one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Can't emphasize that enough.
Jay Thomas, thank you for the $10. Bill!
That's, by the way, the first nice thing anyone said about me. Just the Bill thing. That's the first nice comment.
All right. Thank you all for the super chat so far. So let me just do this, blah, blah, blah. All right. So over the
by
weekend.
The way, I've got... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to go into the next topic, but yeah, what did you want to say?
No, continue.
Oh,
it's your show.
So
baby.
over the weekend, Mommy and Daddy, Opie and Anthony, had a little dust up on Twitter again. This is like the fifth or sixth time after 5 or 6 truces. The last time Anthony had a heart attack and Opie reached out to him and said some nice words, and Anthony wrote nice words back and said,
that. Yeah.
This is, I'm going to mend fences and just Not like I want to get back together with him, but I'm just gonna, leave him be and let him do his own thing. And that didn't last that long. I guess almost a year or so. So, let's see. Opie, maybe I think this is the start of the fight. I'm not sure, but Opie put a video up on his YouTube, and we could watch it here.
I'm sure it was hilarious.
And here it is. Yeah, so this is what he had to say.
Okay.
He blew up his career, and now he's trying to make it look like he's doing something special on AM radio on the weekends. Guess what, Ant? Your career sucks too. Oh, you could say you're doing better than me. Congratulations, you're doing better than me as you do a weekend shift on an AM station. Congratulations. But in the end, your career sucks too. And stop blaming me and everybody else for where you fell with your career. You blew up your career because you were stupid. And you couldn't keep the racism down. You are to blame.
Why, whenever he talks about anything, he has to do this weird, like, accent or exaggerates all his words. Like, you had to put the racism down. Put it down. I just don't get it.
I think that we overuse the phrase on the spectrum a lot, but Opie has always struck me as very Aspergery. And you know better than anyone. I mean, you worked for the guy for a long time, but
that's a good call. I could see that.
I've always kind of thought he was a little Aspergery. I never really understood. Like, that is a good case in point. Like, I just never really got him. I never got, like, one of Ant's great lines was, what was it? Walking on Greg shells.
Yes.
When he would come in and Opie was in a mood, which is also kind of an on the spectrum side, and over nothing. But it was like either like Ant was too like chummy with Jim or something like that. And
yes.
Like he would
Anthony and Jim had a good connection. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, oh God, it just makes I didn't like looking at that. That made my stomach hurt.
Well, we have to finish the clip first.
But what prompted that? Like, did Ant do something that pissed him off?
I'm not
knows?
really sure. All of a sudden,
12-year-old girl shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I turned on to Twitter and they're both yelling at each other back and forth about the same thing.
Yeah.
We have a special guest on hold right now, but let's just finish this video. It's another minute or so, and then we'll get to our special guest.
Okay, I want to see more of this, or do I?
A lot. But you're doing better than me. Oh my God. A weekend shift on an AM station. That's amazing. Yep, you're doing better than me. Here's the headline today. Your career sucks too. And then he's bragging because, like, one of his videos that he made about me, I don't know, it had like tens of thousands of views, and then my video had hundreds of views. I'm like, oh, that's impressive, man. Yeah, that's really impressive. We used to talk to millions of people a week and make millions of dollars, but this is really impressive right now. Oh my God, you got me. Holy crap.
By the way, Garrett,
you had.
Yeah.
Look at his fake background. He's trying to convey the fact, top of the world, Ma. I'm on the top of some tower, and this is kind of how successful I am.
That's the one thing. That is a real background.
Really? Where is he?
Yeah, he has an apartment in the Trump Tower at one of the top floors,
Jesus
and that's his background. Yeah.
Ugh,
but his,
God,
his camera's blurry, the sound's crappy, and blah blah.
But the content is gold.
The content is gold. So,
yeah.
So Beverly was saying that Anthony posted something, said shit on him, and posted it on YouTube. So maybe Anthony started this with the video, and this got Opie to react. But yeah, so that's about the. He just keeps going on saying Anthony's career is shit. But like Anthony's career is, first of all, it's way better than Opie's career after the breakup. You know, he had Compound Media for 10 years.
Yeah.
He left that and then started working on WABC radio. He still has Compound and Compound Censored and all that stuff. But let's get some other person's opinion on this. Let's see, hopefully this works. Mr. Jim Stansel, how's it going?
You know what's funny? I may be the only person from Compound Media to kiss Opie on the face.
Oh, that's right.
Remember I kissed for $100? Remember when I bombarded a show with an N-word sign outside of the window?
Yes, outside of Gebhard.
Big Bill.
It started like he was broadcasting from a bar, right? And I remember that's when he came like in the background, and then eventually invited you in, and you know.
Yeah, that was the day Stansel had the Dan is gay sign.
Yeah.
And I went to Sullivan's a couple weeks ago. I went to a concert, so I stopped by, and I was still charged the fullest price. I've never paid more for a shot. Let me tell you.
Wait, what? You paid? You had to buy your own shots?
Yeah. Garrett, you wouldn't believe it. At Sullivan's, I had to pay full price.
Oh, at Sullivan's. I thought you meant at Gebhard. Oh, okay. Well, Sullivan's, that's par for the course there.
Well, and I don't have to tell either of you, anytime you go to Gino's apartment, to this day, it's just like, dude, I can't believe how little of a deal we would get at Sullivan's. I still can't believe it. Like, hard to this day. I mean, we made that place.
Bill,
Gino can never get.
Bill, you may or may not be someone who frequents a bar or two, just like myself. And at just about any bar in America, if you buy a couple drinks, you know, they do the buyback, they'll get your next one.
Yes.
Is the only bar I've ever been to. And again, Bill, you were there every day. I was there like once or twice a week. I literally not only did I never get a buyback, I was charged full price. Even at like 9 a.m. And that Michelle hated me, that fat doughy pig. I'll say it now since I don't concern me more. Fuck you, Michelle, you fucking fat pig.
I think she got pregnant and married, and shockingly, and I don't even know if she's there anymore. But like the thing with Sullivan's is they were smart in the sense that they knew we were lazy as fuck, and they knew Compound was across the street, and they knew we couldn't even be bothered to go half a block to JP Doyle's or whatever it was that was like 5 minutes away. They knew we were so lazy that we would still go to Sullivan's. So why even bother giving us a buyback? Because we're still going to go there. Yeah. I blame ourselves, frankly.
Well, at the end of the day, you know what, Bill? At the end of the day, it's like, have you ever seen the movie Almost Heroes, Chris Farley's last movie?
No, but I'm aware of it. It's like they were the other ones that were not like Lewis Clark.
Yeah.
And Matthew Perry was in it, R.I.p. Well, actually, they're both dead. Yeah.
Just like my co-hosts, R.I.P. They're all dead. Everyone's dying. And nobody cares about me except Garrett and Steve. And, no, what was I going to say? No, the thing is, shit, what was I going to say? It was from Almost Heroes. Fuck!
About
just that they screwed us.
The girl bartender or something. I don't know.
Oh, Michelle.
I was gonna say this is gonna just terrible how long I've drawn this out, but the ravages of old age will kill him eventually. It's just a funny thing about how you're just gonna die. Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna kill myself. But the point is, Michelle is gonna have a child with fetal alcohol syndrome, and his eyes will be on like a hammerhead shark, like by their ears, and that's the way you win.
Yeah.
Well, and also, do you remember Sullivan's was one of those rare bars, not that rare, in New York that opened at 8 a.m. So you could go to Sullivan's if you like were going to go. I mean, I feel like morning and in hot water would switch as far as what would be earlier on. but
Yeah.
you could quite literally go to Sullivan's at 8 a.m. and get a beer and a shot. And that they were sort of the only game in that garment district town that would do
And
that.
you would go,
And so
you would
they,
go
they,
in
they
at,
knew that they could do whatever they wanted.
you'd go in at that time, and there'd be people in there, guys like in
Yes.
suits, warming
that's
up
the
for
thing.
their day at work. Yeah.
And that's the reason they can charge full price, right? At the end of the day, they're 2 blocks from Penn Station, so that's what I mean. Business as a business
Also helped. Yeah.
That's why they charge whatever they want, whenever they want, because that's where it goes. All right,
Yeah.
now I'm not going to interrupt this show any further. I'm going to mute myself, but I'm going to walk into the best bar in America. I have a shot waiting for me. So I love you, Bill. I love you, Garrett. Keep me on the air.
I love you, brother.
Love you, Jim.
By the way, thank you for reminding me in a very bad way how much Sullivan sucks.
It does.
And yeah, it really kind of did.
I'm in the
Yeah.
city 3 or 4 days a week now for work.
Well,
so hit me up.
Dude, do you remember? And I would tell Garrett this all the time. I kept
Yeah.
recruiting all of us to just get a bunch of beer, liquor, whatever, particularly during the summer. And I kept saying, like, guys, you know what would be cheaper? We just drink on the roof.
Yeah.
And no one would ever do it. I feel like the only person that ever even took me up on it was Sabrina. What was her name? Sabrina Piper. Thank you.
I hung
And
out
she
Piper
everyone
last-
would come and drink with me on the roof. But I'm like, isn't this better than the bar and cheaper?
Yeah, I agree. I always
No one,
wanted to do
no one
that.
ever
Yeah.
did it. No one ever did it.
Bill, I wish you didn't ruin Anthony's coat. I hung out with Sabrina Piper last week at Patty's. Now I'm going to put myself
I think
on
I saw that picture. How's she doing?
Oh, she's great. Tits are bigger than ever. I'm going to put
They're
myself on mute,
fantastic. They're
I'm just-
amazing.
a sideshow for a minute. And then I love you, Bill, though. Seriously, hit me
I
up.
love you, brother.
Okay.
Go Bulls, kind of. They're going to suck this year.
Let's go, Bulls.
I
Let's
guess
go
I'll leave
Bulls, I guess.
Stancil on just so you could unmute yourself whenever you want.
The best bar in America. I just didn't want to be a distraction.
Okay.
Now, it was a welcome distraction. Welcome distraction. But yeah, that would have
Now
made
it's something
sense. We
else.
could have made our own bar on the roof. But no
Would've
one
been-
took me up on it.
Yeah, and that roof was nice too. It was roomy.
It was great. Good,
Yeah.
good view.
Mhm.
We could go back down to the studio and use Steve's little like pen light thing to freak out the other offices.
That's
They think
right. The
there was,
laser
like,
pointer.
yes, the laser pointer. They think that there was sort of sniper that was going to kill them for all the stuff they were talking about with regards to their new investment in Staples, the company. But yeah,
Yeah, there
no
was
one
a
took me up on the roof.
there was a day where he just started shooting it out of that side window at compound
good.
into another office across the way.
So great.
And they started freaking out and trying to look out the window and see who it is. And yeah.
Well, they first put the shades, and then they would peek through it, and then Steve would put the light. Because again, what they were talking about was so important that, of course, there was a sniper hired to kill them. Now it's a laser pointer.
All right. Well, I have a bunch of these Opie and Anthony tweets. I guess we'll try to fly through
Okay.
them as quick as we can. But it was I enjoyed it. You know, he's it's fun when they fight on Twitter. So
Okay, I can't see this.
next one, Opie says, someone says all the haters forget that the reason O&A show worked was because of all the members. Not one of their shows individually was close to the magic when they're all together. From E-Rock to Lady Di and Sam, it worked because everyone. Opie's a legend. Godspeed, Opie. And then Opie writes, it's one guy pushing all the hate because he needs as much credit as possible to feed his little shallow ego. He's a real hunk of shit. He had to edit the shit. Now, did you find Anthony had
just
an
sounds like a
ego at
total-
all?
No, he's like he has the least ego of anyone I've ever met.
Right?
But again, like, man, I don't. Again, maybe it's not Asperger's, but like, you look at this kind of Opie stuff, and it's just there's something mentally wrong there. I mean, like that just it sounds like a little kid. Like it hurts my stomach. Like it's God.
I know.
I kind of feel bad for him. Like, ugh, boy.
That's the thing. It's like I looked up to him so much, and thought he was at least such a great radio.
Did you?
That was my first job. I was an intern for them, and
His first
I was a
impressions
fan.
of him was respect.
Yeah, I was a fan of theirs before I interned, and then getting to meet them and being friends with them. It was amazing at the time. But then Anthony stayed friends with me, and Opie just turned into some rambling lunatic.
I'm sure you knew immediately that Ant was the engine. And
no, that was the thing. I didn't at first. Like, I only realized that kind of after they broke up. Like, I really thought Opie was an integral part to the show. And I mean, I still think he was. Like, he was good.
No, you're right. I think I probably did initially too. Like, just as a listener. But like on the few times like the Red Eye crew come on, man, Opie just fucking didn't say anything. He'd just be on his phone and like mumbling to himself. And and Jim ran the fucking show, but like it's just, oh boy, it makes my stomach hurt. Well, and also but I kind of realized more when I read Cumia's book, and I was sort of already aware of it, but Opie had in the back of his head, like, I made you. You were working construction. You were calling in. I saw that you were a talent, and then you completely circumnavigated me and became this and the show, and you were the funny and all that. And I don't think Opie ever got over that.
Yeah, you're right. He definitely thought like Anthony owed him something, but
yes,
if he did, he paid him back by doing 10 to 15 years on the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, and got him $1 million bucks. Times 10. Yeah. It got him millions of dollars to not work.
All right. So Anthony responds to that Opie's tweet and says, today, the scary, talented Opie Radio told me if I run out of material, he can give me some great stuff to get my views up. And I'll leave this here. And he posts a screenshot of Opie doing his latest podcast. And it has, by the way, he has 150,000 subscribers. And this has 20 views. Okay. Opie's latest video. And then Anthony posted a clip of him and Gavin talking about something. And it already had 7,000 views. And this was, as you can see, 50 minutes ago, and Opie's was 3 hours ago. So he even had less time to get these views. And yeah, he killed it. And then,
but see, and this is the stuff that I was never good at, because to get, and I realized this even when I was still a compound, like to really get hits and stuff like that, you need acrimony. You need like a common back and forth with some sort of common enemy and stuff like that. And that keeps people coming back. And we never really did that. But, I just, part of me is like, it's a little beneath Cumia. But I get it. I mean, that'll get people tuning in to see what's next with Opie and Anthony. I mean, I get it.
Exactly. It only helps Anthony because
it works.
He always seems to win the argument, and then it just drums up more attention to his channel or a show or whatever, and he has something that he can promote. Opie has his Facebook Live show that I guess he could try to get more people to watch, and that's why he does every other video is about either Anthony or Jim and trying to get some sort of Opie and Anthony heat on his channel, but it doesn't seem to work.
But part of it really, I mean, when you look at the overall, it does kind of seem like you're winning an argument against Corky from Life Goes On. Like, what are you winning here? But no, I get it. I mean, that's how it works.
Do you know Corky from Life Goes On has a band?
Oh, I'm very well aware of it. Having said that, He had the band a long time ago. Here's the thing about people with Down syndrome, Garrett. Sorry, people living with Down syndrome. Not
Thank you.
They don't live that long. So what I have not done lately is Google Corky, because I worry that maybe Corky is not with us any longer. I mean, that shit was a long time
way.
ago.
We would have heard about it. No,
I don't know. Like, they don't live that long, man. They're like the Great Danes of people. They live to about, like, Great Danes live about, they die real early. The Great Danes.
Yeah, they're so big. Yeah, it takes their body a lot of energy.
Maybe it's a giant head thing, but like, yeah, they don't live that long.
Chris Burke continues to work as an actor and has become a prominent advocate for people with Down syndrome. He has appeared on other TV shows, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, he had Down syndrome?
But yeah, he's
I just thought he was
says he's still alive.
Okay, good. That's great. Yeah, but I think they don't they like kind of, I feel like they die out in like their 50s or something. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I edited all this out. This isn't live, right?
But you know, like everything, people seem to be living longer and they know how to treat it, whatever they have, you know, whatever that they're going through, and hopefully he lives
Stephen
a long
Hawking
life.
lived in his 80s or something. I don't know. But
well, the fight continued, and we have Anthony. We read that today. The scary, talented Opie Radio told me to blah blah blah. Opie writes back, "Fuck off, tough guy. You're literally the biggest hunk of shit I've ever met in my life. So congrats on that." Like, what kind of insult is that? You're a piece of shit.
I told you, like, it's a child. It's a man baby. Like, ugh.
Like,
although you're kind of inspiring me. Should I start engaging Gutfeld online? Maybe I can get some traction. And just I'll only do Opie insults. Like, I'll just cut and paste that. Apropos of nothing, I'll just text Gutfeld and be like, "Fuck off, tough guy. You're literally..." He's just promoting his show, and I just reply with, "Fuck off, tough guy," all capped. You're literally the biggest hunk of shit I've ever met. You know, maybe this will get me some attention.
The thing is, like, I would almost give him credit if I thought this was trying to be like over the top dumb and just like we're having a stupid fight and we're just, you know, being stupid. But he's not. It's like he's serious. That's
rough stuff. Like, oh God, again, it makes my stomach hurt. And boy, it's well, if you and I had phones or any type of social media at 10, that is how we would respond to something.
Exactly.
And actually, I think you and I at 10 would probably do it better than that. But oh, good Lord.
Maybe.
Less all caps.
It keeps going. Next one we got did I not share this tab and say someone wrote if it weren't for you, he'd still be married to Ron Perlman in Knocking Tin, which you brought up earlier, which Opie definitely thinks that's true. And he writes, "He's the most disloyal person I ever met in my life.
There it is.
Loyal to nobody and will throw anyone around him under the bus. He stands for nothing."
All caps.
All caps.
But by the way, emphasis on the disloyal thing, that goes back to the fact that I discovered you, man. You used to just call into my crappy show and I put you on. Like, that is always in the back of his mind.
Yeah, it's just
it's clinical.
I've never known anyone that got screwed over by Anthony. I know people that like have broken their trust with Anthony, and then he kind of like
he'll go back. Like,
but that's normal, you know? Yeah. Like there was that guy, Danny Ross, that used to work for the Opie and Anthony show, and he kind of started going a little crazy and then tried to like fuck over Anthony. So then he wrote him off, but it's like Anthony's almost loyal to a fault.
Yes.
You know, like he was so loyal to us at Compound that he kept it open, even though we're upset that he closed it, but he kept it open for years later that he should have, just because he like, not, I don't know if
bad.
I felt bad for us, right? Yeah, exactly. But
but this is just responses from a 12-year-old girl. Like this hurts my. This is rough to look at.
well, it continues. The next post. Hopefully this comes up. Yep, here it is. Someone wrote, "Hey, Anthony Cumia, remember when you made up with Opie after your heart attack and then decided to start shitting on him again? Why not just be thankful for everything you have because you're no longer putting air ducts in attics, not getting any younger?" 100. After his major heart surgery, I reached out and wished him well, and he wrote something nice back. At that point, we were absolutely no reason to continue the bullshit, but he simply couldn't help himself, and soon as the stitches dissolved, he went right back at it. I said it years ago, and it's true today. He's human garbage.
Wait, so not just garbage, but human garbage.
Human garbage, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'll give him a little bit. Anthony, he's a little bit.
And wait, was that in all caps?
Of course, human garbage.
No, please don't tell me the human garbage was in all caps. Please don't tell me that.
There it is, right at the bottom.
Oh, no.
Human garbage.
That is a shot fired.
It emphasizes his point, It really points out the point he wants to get across, Yeah.
Garrett 100.
100.
Everything you just said, 100.
Next tweet from Opie Radio.
By the way, are we not sure that the people that he's forwarding are made up accounts that Opie made? Like Bill, like the other guy was Bill from New Jersey. Are we not sure that Opie just made
We're not sure.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, he started blocking everyone that hated on him on Twitter. So maybe that's the thing. He has a few fans left that he hasn't blocked. And maybe these people are trolling him and just feeding the fire to get him to respond more to Anthony.
That is actually very true. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Charles Lovett wrote, "You should thank Anthony every day. If not for him, you would be lucky to be on a 2,000-watt station in Rochester making $23,000 a year. You talentless fuck."
Talentless.
So Opie writes, I'll be honest with you. This would sting if Anthony had something impressive going on. The fact that he's just a struggling weekend part-timer on an AM radio station that sounds like any other middle-of-the-road conservative talk show host. So, yeah, I won't be thanking him anytime soon. But he's not on a station.
That took him a long time to write. Boy. He had his reading glasses on. He was doing one of these. And deleting and rewriting and oh boy.
And it just sounds like he's jealous of Anthony being on a radio station and he's not. Now he has claimed that he was offered gigs on, I think, Q104, another radio station here in New York, or maybe some other places, but he turned it down because it wasn't the right fit for him, man. It's like,
it sounds scurrilous. Like that to me doesn't sound like that would be accurate. I don't really, yeah. Oh. Wasn't the right fit, huh? Okay.
All right.
Well, again, I suppose he's still a multimillionaire.
He definitely, he still owns his place in Trump Tower. He has a house in the Hamptons, and I think they were making around
you can be.
I want to say 9 to 10 million a year, at least during their when they got fired and they got paid for 3 years to do nothing. I think that's what their contract was at that point. Yeah,
you can thank Paul Mercurio for that one.
You have to pay an agent and you have to pay taxes, so you're still taking home around 4 or 5 million a year. That's pretty good.
Man, where did I go wrong?
It continues.
I should have had sex with somebody in St. Patrick's. Butt sex.
It continues. It looks like Anthony made another garbage video about me. I'm starting to think I'm a real piece of shit.
Lots
mad.
Of laughing emojis.
Now, when you put 85 laughing emojis, does that mean you're really laughing, or does that mean you're trying hard to hide the tears, kind of thing?
I've really never understood that tactic because, I feel like you should present something and hope that other people would laugh, but to just use the emojis to laugh at whatever the hell you were just saying, I feel like it negates the point.
Yes.
It hurts it. Especially crying, laughing, which is what he is doing a lot.
This is like
that's about 20 crying laughing emojis.
And this is like the third or fourth tweet in a row or whatever that we get it. Anthony's a human piece of garbage and he's a piece of shit, and come up with something.
Wait, I still don't get
funny.
it yet. I still don't get it.
Okay.
I feel like he
all right.
I feel like he needs to drive it in my head.
All right. So maybe, Anthony comes in and after he responds to Opie's tweet of looks like Anthony made another garbage video about me. Anthony writes, okay, look, Opie, I'm done with this iteration of O&A argue on social media. I think he's lying. I don't think he's ever done with it because why would you be done with it? It's fun.
Yeah,
but
true.
he wrote,
very good point.
You should probably just stop posting your issues with me. You're not very good at this. Very true.
Oh, true.
Do you read the comments? Not very supportive of your take on things. Enjoy your audience of 30 people. Like,
pretty good. Pretty good.
He has no comeback to that.
Wait, but he didn't use any crying emojis. Crying laughing emojis.
No.
Yeah, why you're supposed to do that, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know how to really get into these Twitter beefs.
He's really got to do it. But so of course he still replied. Yeah.
So
what did Opie say? So I hate the fact you've gotten me into this. Screw you for getting me into this.
Hey, Anthony, your career is shit. He didn't even censor this one this time. He really means it.
Well, of course, he used all caps.
But your career is shit too, you dumb. Oh my God.
Oh, brutal.
No one with a brain thinks you're setting the radio world on fire doing a weekend show on an AM station, crying, laughing. You truly had a lot of talent and threw it all away to be a racist piece of garbage. Keep the fake laugh going. Now, I didn't see any fake laugh from Anthony's tweets at all. He didn't use any emojis. It seems like Opie is projecting because he's had the fake laughs going for a while where, he's not really laughing.
Or he's mentally challenged. And
that's still always an option. Yeah, we still haven't figured that out.
Emotions and
all right, this is almost done. We have two more tweets from the this like
hurt. It kind of hurts my heart. I feel bad for him.
So
I kind of feel bad for him.
No, you do. That's the thing. Like, I kind of do too. But then it's like he's digging his own hole. It's all his fault.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He could just leave it be. If he's happy with his 30 listeners, just do it and don't respond to Anthony and just do what you want because you're a millionaire. You have all, you're secure in your finances and this is what you want to be doing. He obviously doesn't want to have like a high production show and doesn't want to try to do anything. He wants to do this Facebook Live for 30 people. And if he does, that's fine. But don't act like anyone else doing anything else is below you when you can't even get 100 people to watch your show.
And I always go back to this. Like, shockingly, I have a lot of mentally ill people in my family. I know. I hope you're sitting for that brain buster. But for the most part, they're like they've got issues, but for the most part, they're like nice people. Being mentally ill, which Opie clearly is, it doesn't give you carte blanche to be a dick. Like being a dick and being mentally ill are actually separate. And
yes,
so it's not an excuse. So I can't give him this excuse. Like, oh boy! All right, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, two more tweets. We're almost done with it, but I'm enjoying it. So.
Is it Housewives? Is this our Bravo? All right,
continue. It should be right. Yeah. So Anthony writes, "Quote: Hey Anthony, your career is shit too. If this doesn't tell you everything you need to know about Opie, nothing will. The two part says everything. He believes and knows anything left of his career is shit. Me, on the other hand, I'm extremely happy with my continuing career in radio. Yeah, why wouldn't he be?
Fine.
But that is
Perfect.
telling too when he's like, your career is shit too. And that means you're saying your career is shit, Opie.
1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think Opie might not have handlers that proofread his missives before he sends them out. I'm just throwing that out there.
That's what he should do. He should just pay a social media manager just to
pay someone to make an adult. Like,
yeah,
oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, just to tell
Jesus.
him you don't even need the guy to post anything, just to tell him, no, this tweet's dumb. Just don't send it. Ignore him. Or yeah.
Oh yeah. Just a babysitter. Oh boy. Oh, this hurts my heart. This is
and then the
brutal.
final tweet from Anthony, which Opie, I guess, put out another video about you're listening to Anthony Kubia on WABC radio, trying to make fun of him. And he says WABC is the most listened to conservative talk radio station in America. Keep trying to goof on it. You can't muster up 30 people to watch your clusterfuck. You let trolls mock you for $2.99 at a time. I'm being paid in the top 10% of working Americans for what I do on WABC. And you can't argue with this.
Again, I get the idea of it engages viewers for him to engage with Opie, but it why? I look at what Opie is saying, and particularly if he has that small amount of viewers, part of me is just like, why you don't even engage? But I mean, I get it, I suppose.
And that's the thing, we assume he's doing this
to
try to garner more attention to his show, but it's going to bring in more of the trolls because Anthony wins the argument and they are all backing Anthony, and then they're going to tune into his show. They're on Facebook and they see he's live. They're going to tune in and just write him messages to make him even more mad. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I suppose it keeps people, but it's just, I don't know. After a while, why even engage? I don't even get it.
I know.
It
always ends the same way.
It's sort of the equivalent of you, Garrett, are walking to work and some crazy sort of homeless person just goes, "You stink, you little stinker." You really going to respond? I mean, it's kind of the way this is. Right? Now you're just going to keep walking.
All right. Well, that was the
name and species on the wall. Why? But no.
Well, that was the end of the fight, at least that I saw of it. And
I still think they're gonna find a way to get back together again, Garrett. I really do.
Keith Maresca still has his fingers crossed, hoping the big comeback will come back. Yeah.
There was a compound where there was some thought that they were going to do something together, which I never got. But I mean, there was talk that was going to happen.
Well, Keith really wanted it to happen. And at some point, Opie was still doing his show on Sirius XM, and Anthony would call into the show. And they were kind of still, had a little spats here and there, and they weren't as good friends as, not that they were great friends anyway, but they were still sort of friends. And then once they got on air with each other, the chemistry was there immediately again, and it was good. And it's gave you hope, but Opie was too big for it. Yeah.
And what was definitely lost was Norton still being there for a while, and clearly Team Ant, and Opie just having to deal with him.
Yeah, that show didn't last. I think maybe it lasted a year, and
if that,
and it was done pretty quick. And then he started doing a show with Carl and Vic Henley, and that show lasted a year again. And then he took a picture of one of the staff members, Roland, taking a shit, and got fired for it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bob Van Patrice writes, I was talking about his Manscaped haircut. Oh, that's how you were looking like John Bonet. That's right.
All right. That's yeah.
That was one of the games they used to play on WNEW, Opie and Anthony, was Guess What's in My Pants. And, this was before a visual portion of the show. They would have girls call in and they would ask them to play Guess What's in My Pants. And they would take their cell phone and rub it on their pube area. And Opie and Anthony would guess what kind of hairstyle they had down there. And one of the options was
it a
John
Clitler? Was it completely bald? Was it a Jean Benet Ramsey? Okay.
Yeah, the John Benet Ramsey was completely bald. There was the landing strip, the pool rack full of afro hair kind of thing. And amazingly,
which I'm not against.
They were pretty good at guessing. I don't know how they did it, but they could figure it out just from the sounds of the phone.
So I assume it was very tight jeans where you could somehow get some sort of sound where you sort of as kind of pubic hair you were dealing with.
They would just take, the microphone of their Nokia phone at the time or whatever, or their landline phone and just rub it on the area. And yeah, you would make some sort of sound.
I love it.
Thank you, Bob.
It's brilliant.
Pork chops writes for $2. Sullivan's, where every drink was 3 times the price.
That was their actual tagline. I feel like that was underneath the sign. Yeah. And yet people came in. They didn't know anything. It was a bunch of drunken Teamsters at 8 a.m. and they didn't fucking know any better. And us. We were also that stupid.
Angelo, my buddy Angelo, writes in, at the bar and can't really hear, but love you. Love you too, Angelo.
Actually, Angelo, that's the best show you could get right there. The fact that you can't hear anything that's coming out of my mouth. You're getting the good version.
Man, I kind of have to take a pee, but I don't know what to do.
Well, it's called being a good host and putting a little bucket underneath your crotch and continuing with the show. I thought you were professional. Good Lord.
No, I should. I don't even have a bucket. That's my problem.
You're totally pissing your pants right now.
It's going to start leaking out soon, and there's nothing I can't stop it.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I can bloviate if you really need to go to the bathroom. And by the way, my bladder. I'm surprised I haven't gotten to the bathroom yet.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I did this yesterday to Peter Bisconti. I almost made it to the end of the show. All right.
Okay, I will. I'll plug my stupid press trip while you're gone. So, if you're like me and you're an angry Bears fan, there is only one Super Bowl for you, and that is the upcoming Ken Burns American Revolution documentary. I cannot wait. It's November 10th, I believe it premieres. But backtrack, the good people of New York sent me on a press trip to all things upstate New York, Garrett country, to a bunch of Revolutionary War sites, Saratoga, and to use their term, where everything turned. I think that's what they said. It's basically how we won Saratoga. Oh God, that was quick. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I didn't even get halfway through my really boring Revolutionary War stuff. Wow, I'm really impressed. You totally pissed in a bucket, didn't you?
I mean, my bathroom's 5 feet away from here, but so.
Or that, yeah. At the bar. Oh, no, it's the same one.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, either way, you got $19.
Thank you, Angela. Yeah.
Thank you, Angelo.
No, but so what were you saying?
Well, I was in Garrett country when I was upstate New York. I was waiting for you to post another thing. So it was just this weird press trip, and they went. All right, so I think I told you this before. You're aware that this is the 400th birthday of New York City?
No, I was not.
No one is. That's how badly they've done this. Like, by the way, good answer. No one is fucking aware of this. They have absolutely shit the bed on this. So their mulligan is trying to market New York. I love New York, the tourism campaign. God, they're not going to like this press, the fact that I said that. But they're trying to remarket New York as a good amount of the overall Revolutionary War battles were indeed in New York. We lost a lot, but they were here. And so they're now just trying to remarket for America 250 next year, 2026. And so they took me and a bunch of other fucking hacky travel writers all through the great state of New York, which I realized a lot of the places I've never been. I've driven through Albany, but now I've seen Albany. I have briefly been in Saratoga, but now I know Saratoga. Orange County is a little weird, but now I know Orange County. It's all those places, but they all have Revolutionary War type stuff. And they just want to sort of showcase that as places people can go throughout the state for America's 250th. And then, I'm supposed to write.
Now, what is it? Are there battle sites to go to? Are there museums there, or is it just like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks for the government shutdown. I wasn't allowed to do a lot of the ones I wanted to go to during the trip. But yeah, ideally by 2026 they'll be open. Wait, hold on.
So the 401st year of New York. Yeah.
Oh, that ship has sailed. They've already given up on that fucking thing. And again, it's still this year. I mean, 2020. Wait, let me put this on so I can really talk about.
There we go.
This. Yeah. But yeah, and Saratoga's really cool. I definitely recommend that. Again, we really kicked the Brits' ass in that particular area. Huge. Lasted over a month, big battle. And the one thing that I learned, Garrett, and then I'll stop talking about this boring crap, was I was with a couple, there's about 4 or 5 other journalists on this press trip. And one of the girls goes with the Revolutionary War reenactors. She goes, "Oh my God, it's such great cosplay." Oh, no. You did not say cosplay. One of the guys heard her and came back and said, "I'm not Captain America. This is not the Avengers. We are portraying real people. We are reenacting real battles. This is not a Marvel Comic-Con thing." Garrett, I'm here to tell you, anytime you see a reenactor, the last thing that you come out of your mouth is cosplay. Because it's not gonna be good.
What do they like being called?
They're not Avengers, dude. They are not Avengers.
All right. So what are they called? Reenactors?
Yeah, they prefer that.
Okay.
But no, there's no cosplay there, my friend. They are portraying real heroes, and they know how to fire a musket. Best believe.
Did you wear your tricorn hat while you went on the tour?
I brought it, and then I kept forgetting to bring it for every photo op, and I'm like, why did I even do this? And I went to Boston before that to talk about stupid William Dawes. It's a shit show. For the Paul Revere house, and Alfred got me this, for my birthday, and I get kind of expensive, but. And Alfred's like, "Oh, so you'll wear Paul Revere's speech?" I was like, "Well, no, I really wasn't thinking of dressing up, but pretty much for Alfred." I finally presented the hat, took it out of my bag. I'm like, "Yeah, there you go, Alfred." And spent the rest of the speech with dead silence for anything I tried to make funny about fucking William Dawes. It was a nightmare, but at least I was wearing my hat, and so yeah. I forgot to do it a lot in Albany and all upstate New York, but other than that, it was delightful. The foliage was beautiful.
Now,
can't recommend it enough.
Is New York the oldest state? Are there states before New York, or were they all formed at the same time?
I will say this, and this is again how much I love New York screwed up. New York as a city is way older than Philadelphia and Boston. I mean, we haven't held on to any of the history as far as, our buildings, we pave over, we build again, all that crap versus Philadelphia and Boston that still holds on to that stuff. But New York is older. I mean, granted, it was New Amsterdam when it first started. It was under Dutch ownership, but yeah, New York's up there. But
do you know how long
they don't know how to do it? They don't know how to market it.
I guess. I mean, it sounds like par for the course for New York.
Oh, very much so.
When was
so now they're trying again with America 250. Sorry, hashtag America 250. I have to put that on my social media.
When did we trade the 15 beads for New York? Do you know that?
See, that is kind of a misnomer. That was essentially more the Dutch than the Brits.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think that necessarily really happened. That's a bit of an old wives' tale. But I will say this, like, they certainly screwed him over because the Lenape didn't really understand the idea of owning land, but they like getting stuff. And so, like, yeah, the Dutch comes over and gives them bullshit. Like, we're going to take most of this island. And then I'm going to take a bit of Brooklyn, too, and Queens. But here are some cool Dutch beads. So that certainly did happen. But, yeah, it was never, like, an actual, like, contract. Like, they just didn't even understand, like, owning land. That was just not a concept for Native Americans. They didn't even understand that.
Yeah, I could see why, though. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's just land everywhere. What does it matter?
And they moved around. They would move like birds. Like if it was really cold in this area, they moved to that area. Like that's just how it worked. Like idea of owning land was purely a European thing. And
and they were get it. They were pretty they were nomadic, kind of, right? Like they were.
1,000%. Yeah.
Just keep moving along and growing stuff wherever, and then packing up their shit. Why they have teepees. So they could just pack it up. We got
but boy, do we fuck them good. Oh, hey, but the bottom line is they got great casinos in Connecticut.
They do. Yes. This is Beverly. Thank you for the $2. Have the foyer. That's my wife Jamie. Come in with the cats while you pee. Sorry, I saw this late, but we could have done that. Maybe next time. I had some coffee before the show.
I think Lenape did that too. Yeah.
And now I'm drinking wine, so I'm sure I'm going to just have to pee again in the next half hour or so. But whatever. Thank you, Beverly. Gary Biscayne checking in. Your friend Gino Bisconti. Bill, come drink with me and Bob Fan and Patrice on 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's me twice. Although I don't like the fact that he only gave $2 for that request. That's bullshit.
Bob Fan and Patrice writes, drinking with Gino.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Yeah. So, well, you're going to be drinking with Gino too. Thank you, Bob. So another thing that happened on this past weekend was the Louvre got broken into. Did you see that?
Oh, I love this. This is awesome.
Yeah,
what did they take? They took like the French crown jewels or whatever. It was like well over $1 million that they took, and they still haven't got them.
Well over $1 million, yeah. And these things are like priceless, really, because they're just like their country's heritage and everything.
Yeah.
And how do you one of a kind of things? And yeah, these thieves pulled up Sunday morning at I want to say 9:30 or maybe 8:30 in the morning. Pulled up some sort of I don't know, mechanical ladder that goes up the side of the building.
They knew what they were doing. Yeah.
And
they knew exactly where to go. Yeah.
Put on working outfits that made it look like they were construction people. Went into the museum and used some sort of saw to break through the window. Not sure why there's no alarms on the windows or anything. And then just in 7 minutes, broke into the display cases and got away with all these priceless artifacts or whatever they're called. And
So
it seems hard to imagine.
There's two things there's two things with that. They could sell on the black market for some sort of like corrupt billionaire that just wants to have them in his private collection. Or they just take all the jewels on every crown and in every ring and sell them separately.
Yep.
Harder to trace and make money off of that. And it reminds me, and this is the American version, it's so sad. So my folks live right next to something Falls. Either way, it's where Yogi Berra lived for the last years of his life. And there's this like Yogi Berra museum. And Yogi Berra's got all 11 of his World Series rings. And this is on 60 Minutes. And these fucking assholes from knew exactly where they were going, broke into the Yogi Berra Museum, stole every single one of his reins, and knew they couldn't really sell his reins on the black market without them obviously knowing that
Obviously,
it was stolen. So they just fucking melted down the reins, took out all the jewels and sold them for that, destroyed all the reins. Like, I guess MLB gave the museum copies of all of Yogi's reins, but they're gone, and did. And that's exactly what French wonderful, well done thieves are going to do as well. All that shit is done. They're just going to sell separately all the little jewels.
They were good. Yeah, they were saying that like you melt down the gold or whatever's on it, and then you just take the jewels to a shady jeweler, and he can even cut them up into littler diamonds, smaller diamonds, and just sell them, and it's 100% profit. Like, what do you care if you can't sell the big, huge diamond? Because really, who's going to buy that anyway?
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, well done. I like, God, an asshole knows assholes, and those assholes real well done on them. And apparently it's like a big thing in France. Like, they have zero security. A lot of their museums have been robbed a lot recently. Stuff like that.
The last time the Louvre was robbed was 1998, and they stole, I don't know, some stupid picture that they never recovered, which seems kind of, it's harder to steal a picture, a painting, because
you would think
you can't cut it up or whatever. You have to sell it to someone who's going to keep it quiet and just wants it personally, is not going to try to resell it or, let people know that they own it.
And this is how stupid France is, to sort of like circumnavigate the fact that they are not finding these people, and they probably won't. They're like, hey, we did catch the Chinese woman that stole from the French National Museum. Like, apparently she stole a bunch of gold bars that were from Spain or whatever.
Oh, okay.
They were in the museum, and she went to like, I want to say Thailand, to melt down, and they just busted her. And they tried to flood the headlines with that. Like, hey, we got her. And by the way, that happened like 5 years ago. And then this idiot Chinese girl is like, got busted there. But like, it's like, I think these guys are going to get away with it.
Yeah. So here's a few pictures of some of the things they stole, which are just like,
good look. Yeah. All that shit, you will never see that shit again. Like, all those individual jewels will be in individual areas throughout the entire world. But that stuff is gone.
The top row from the left, necklace and a pair of earrings from Napoleon's wedding gift. Like, you can't.
He had a million wedding gifts. No one's crying a river over this.
Set to Mary Louise Empress Eugene's brooch.
Is that the one on the far right corner? Yeah, that must be the brooch.
Yeah.
Like every little bit of that brooch is in various different areas of Europe and or Eastern Europe, or probably China at this point. But well done. I'm very impressed with these guys.
They stole one thing that I guess they dropped on the outside of the museum, and they the police recovered that, and it had a little bit of damage, but it was some sort of gold crown with tons of jewels on it too.
So I haven't seen the security footage. Could you see like any of their faces? Obviously, I'm sure they all had masks on and stuff like that. Like you could, like,
yeah. So I do have video of the.
I'm so impressed with these guys.
Me
this
too.
Is all
right?
I want to do. I have no skills, but I could learn how to be a good burglar. I really feel like I could, and just sort of like rob museums. All right,
okay, so this is the one video that I was able to find of the thieves.
Oh, I haven't seen this yet.
And it's not that long, but you'll see them dressed in like construction worker gear, and they're just
beautiful,
breaking through the glass. And now you would think 9:30 in the morning. Like, I wonder when the Louvre opens, because I feel like it should have been open already. But
I mean, the French wake up late. Let's be honest. But
true.
Still, yeah, 9:30. Yeah, people are going in. All right. So wait, the person, the yellow coat right there.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not sure really what he's doing. He's cutting the glass or whatever it is, but
game appreciates game.
How is there, like my aunt's house or my grandparents' house had sensors on the window where if the glass broke, an alarm would go off. They didn't have that at the Louvre.
And the weird thing is, who wants to steal anything from your aunt? And yet, there's a lot
That's
of
exactly
things.
my point, though.
I'm agree. But like, oh my God, the amount. Yeah, first of all, yeah, the Louvre security sucks. We can all agree on that. But like the amount of planning, time, right uniforms, all of that, like, well done.
Well, that's the one thing is they're obviously a very professional criminal group, because you don't just decide, oh, I'm going to make up this plan to go rob the Louvre and then go and do it, without any experience. So the cops, I'm sure this criminal group has been arrested at some point, or some members. So the cops have some idea of who they're looking for, but they're like in a time crunch, because the longer they wait, the more that they're just going to bring it to some jeweler and he's going to cut up everything. And
like, I don't think that they do. Like, here's the thing. Like, if the cops had any idea who really did this, releasing photos saying we think maybe A, B, or C, or
that's a good point. Yeah.
This person, like, I don't think they have a fucking clue, which gives me more respect for these people. Unfortunately, unfortunately, emphasis unfortunately, I used to live in Boston, and the biggest thing that happened there with regards to something like this was the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, and they saw all these Monets and a bunch of other stuff. And they dressed up as cops, they tied up the people, they covered their faces. These guys have yet to be caught. And this was in 1992, maybe. And like it was a different time, less cameras, all that stuff. If these people could get away with it in 2025, man, hats off to you. Like, there's a camera there, and if you could do this, we're fucking done.
Yeah,
not that I won't miss that brooch. It seems like it was a classic thing.
But yeah, you that's the thing. Like, the normal people like us just assume there's tons of security and alarms set everywhere in this museum. But really, it's just there isn't. And people are kind of lackadaisical and don't really keep up on everything. And they know that, and they take advantage of it. Yeah.
Do you ever, and I know you do, because you're like, do you ever do the thing where when someone does something terrible, but they almost get away with it, and you're like, oh, you look at what they did wrong, the few things they did wrong, you're like, you dumb motherfucker. I always look at that with what's his name, the Luigi guy that shot the he, remember what his fuck up was? He did everything perfect. The mask on, you can see he's like you could have the excuse that he's like this, like, hypochondriac COVID guy. And what was his first mistake was he flirted with the girl at the hostel and he pulled the mask down and smiled at her. So you have a picture of him.
Oh,
and then,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. And then he did everything perfect because like it wasn't even a city bike, but he took a bike through such are no cameras, and he immediately went to Port Authority and went into Pennsylvania, and then he got busted at Burger King or whatever. But he did the other stupid thing. He got hungry. And so there were cameras of him on his way to shoot the guy where he had like a fucking power bar. And he ate it, and they threw it in a thing, and they got DNA on that. So they got that. And like, if he just didn't do that, and you watch that stuff, you're like, oh, you're doing this so well. If you just didn't do that, and you're like weirdly find yourself rooting for him, like, and you feel terrible about that. But like, oh yeah, there's just like a couple things that he fucked up on. And just
live with a little hunger pains or whatever, and you would have been fine. Yeah, or
and
just
then he had more hunger pains because he get busted at a Burger King or McDonald's or something.
So in 2019, they switched the glass display cases the jewels were in, and this was the old one.
Okay.
Which was very ornate and I don't know. They said the glass was kind of hard to see through, but it looks fine there. But it also had a thing where if the glass was broken or injured or whatever, broken, I guess, the bottom of the case would open up and everything would fall in it, and then it would close up and it would lock itself in its own safe.
Oh,
and they thought that
didn't happen.
They thought that was too people couldn't really enjoy the jewels, so they changed it into this kind of display case.
Oh, I didn't know that, so they got rid of it.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so in 2019 they got rid of it because they remodeled the Louvre and decided that this was a better case and easier to see through. And
I didn't know that. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
God,
so then,
like, fascinating. I hope these guys get away with it. I mean, no, I condemn this. Edit the other part out. Yeah.
It seems like they're gonna at least get away with it as of cutting up all the jewels and stuff. Maybe eventually they'll be caught later on or something, but they're not going to recover anything, I don't think.
You know what the weird thing is? It would be weird if they don't get caught. Again, considering where we are as far as like forensics, cameras everywhere, it would be weird if they get away with it. It'd be amazing if they did. But I always go back to this. How did, like, not even 100 years ago, how did anyone get caught? Like, if you murder someone, like, before there was, like, fingerprints, and you had a mustache, like, everyone on planet Earth had a mustache at the time, like, shave that. Like, how did anyone ever get caught? Like, just move to another state, you good. Like, that always amazed me when idiots would.
It must be that you brag to someone or you tell someone.
Yeah, it was a lot of that. Yeah.
And then you get reward. There's reward out there for, clues on who did this, and you go and spill the beans and get the reward. And
John Wilkes Booth famously started bragging to Confederate soldiers, and they're like, "Wait, that was you? You're the one that killed Lincoln?" We're like, "No, we don't like that. Like, you just shot him in the back of the head. Like, that's bad. That's making us all look bad." And like, that's kind of how John Wilkes Booth got caught. But other than that, yeah, it was really easy to get away with anything. Not that long ago. Now I don't get away with anything.
Now there's one more thing that may be sensational or maybe not. We're not sure, but it probably is. But there is a new head of security that got
inside job.
Got hired. Well, people are thinking it might be an inside job too, just to like know when people weren't paying attention. And I think they were remodeling the Louvre too, so there was actually construction going on at the time, so people were kind of confused.
Oh, yeah, man. Yes.
But this
I
is
love this.
this is the first female head of security at the Louvre.
What do we call her, female? Dominic.
Dominic Buffin was hired as the first female security chief by the Lawrence Descartes Museum, first female director.
Looks like
last,
Elizabeth
last
Warren.
September. Now the thing is, like, people are gonna say, oh, it's a DEI hire, and she didn't know what she was doing, and she got scammed by these.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
They
the
say-
Louvre has been robbed many times over, and it's not like she was the first one to let this happen. Like the Mona Lisa was stolen, and they eventually supposedly got
yes.
it back, but we're not even sure.
There is a great argument to be made that of the many Da Vinci things that he made, the Mona Lisa was always looked at the turn of the 20th century as like, yeah, okay, that's something that Da Vinci did. It's good. But the minute it was stolen, Mona Lisa became the biggest painting in the world. And of course, yeah, the Louvre finally got it back, but it was because it was stolen that the Mona Lisa became that popular and remains that popular.
Oh, is that
now.
really what made it become that popular?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, because I was in Paris once, but didn't go to the Louvre. But I've heard people say the Mona Lisa, it's like the size of a postage stamp. Really,
It's not that big.
It's not that
And you
big.
can't really see a huge crowd, and there's like bulletproof glass and all that crap. There's like a movement now for the Louvre to like have it in its own room in the Louvre for crowd reasons. But it's underwhelming, man. And like, yeah, no, it was because this Italian guy thought it belonged in Italy. He was a little crazy. He stole like 1904, 1905, had it for a while. And after that, the Mona Lisa was a thing. Before that, it was just a that Da Vinci did that was nice. That was it. Now Mona Lisa is like, it continues to be a phenomenon.
Have you seen it in person?
Yeah, well, it was a long time. I think it was about 20. But again, saw it from the back of the Louvre, bulletproof glass, huge crowds, and I'm like, okay, all right, I guess I see it. And now I can tell people I saw the Mona Lisa. Like, it sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah, it is weird that that's like the most famous painting, I would say, right? It's just...
It didn't used to be, but like, and every talks about smile and all that stuff. Like, yeah, Da Vinci's got way better paintings than Mona Lisa, but like, yeah, no, once it was stolen and finally recovered, oh, phenomenon. And last to this day.
So yeah, that was 1911. That was stolen, recovered back in 1913.
Okay.
In
Yeah, they found it in
1976,
place.
in 1976, the coronation sword and Flemish painting, thieves climbed scaffolding to steal Charles X's diamond-studded sword and a Flemish school painting. Sword recovered. Painting.
Not a
fate
Flemish
still
school
unknown.
painting. Not a Flemish school painting. No, not a watch.
And
Flemish? Oh!
no, what's Flemish? What is that? Is it a country?
Well, it's the country of Phlegm.
Okay.
I can't believe you don't even
All
know
right, that's
that.
what I was thinking.
But who will
Yeah.
think of the Flemish children? Good Lord.
In
This is outrageous. This is
1980
outrageous.
In 1983, Renaissance armor, two 16th century Italian pieces, breastplate and helmet, vanished overnight, rediscovered in 2021. So almost 30 years later, 40 years later, Bordeaux auction and returned to the Louvre. So someone had it for 40 years, probably died. Their family didn't know that it was a stolen piece, tried to put it up for auction, and they were still on the lookout for it and found it.
Okay, that's the thing, though. that kind of shit always gets recovered because it's not like you can take bits and pieces of a painting and sell it separately. You can really take a brooch.
Yes.
Take bits and pieces of it. Like it's a whole different thing. I mean,
they
knew
stole
what they
the
were
perfect
doing.
thing.
They stole the perfect thing. And like, I remember like, oh God, what's the name of the painter? The guy that did the Scream. I feel like that was stolen like 5 or 6 times. And it would always eventually be recovered because of Scream. And everyone knows that fucking painting. Oh, but if it's a brooch, if it's like earrings that Napoleon gave Josephine, catch you later. Like, no, you divide it all up. You're selling the pearl. Like, that's a done deal.
And then finally in 1998, Les Chemins des Savres by Camille Carat, a landscape painting stolen and remains missing. So yeah, the paintings are some nefarious person wants it and gets people to steal it for them, and then they just keep it hidden in their house and never let other people know they have it.
1,000%. Like black market, some billionaire just wants to show certain people that he's very close with, come into this drawing room. See that? That was that stolen painting from the Louvre, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and so they'll pay a lot of money for that. So I totally get that. You ever see, it's a really underrated movie. Matthew Broderick and fucking Marlon Brando, The Freshman.
Oh, The Freshman, yeah.
It's a great movie. And Marlon Brando basically does an impression of himself in The Godfather.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's this great scene where, you know, Matthew Broderick kind of being conned by the whole family, but Marlon Brando's daughter's like, she brings him in and like she turns on the music and it's Mona Lisa, whatever that song is. And she's like, yeah, check it out. And Matthew Broderick's like an amazing copy. She's like, oh no, that's the real thing. You know, in like 1910 when was stolen. Like, no, like my father found out about that and just had the one in Louvre is a fake. This is actually the real Mona Lisa. But those people exist. Those people have those real things. And oh God.
And a lot of people think that Mona Lisa in the Louvre is not the real one. It was just
I like, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that sounds about right. Like, there's a lot of instances with the history of the Mona Lisa where that thing could absolutely be a fake.
Yeah. Or they sell the real one to whoever wants it and then just have a replicate remade and be like, oh, we found it. Here's the original. Yeah.
A guy who's got more money than God and has a little private room. Maybe he doesn't show it to anyone else, but he's like, all he knows is that because he can not spend his money on anything else. He's got everything. I got a fucking Mona Lisa right here in my garage and I can look at it every day. That's it. Like, I think that's across the board. Oh yeah.
All right. We got a super chat from Bob Fan and Patrice who says, thank you for the $2. I'll book a tour Thursday if you do it late.
So we already got that. Yes, of course. I got you. I have a tour Friday, but anytime on Thursday, you can book a private tour through Bowery Boys, but you can contact me and we can do a private tour on, I don't know, Twitter.
Oh, I'm sorry. We did do that one earlier. My thing got reset. Yeah, 1 second.
You're the worst.
I am the worst. Hold on.
But also, like, The Freshman is really underrated. Like, Save Bill's lecture up in Boston was, oh my God bless you, brother.
Yeah, this is Jason of Jason and Heather fame.
Jason was my only fan. Jason was the only guy that gave me like mercy laughs at that fucking thing.
Saw Bill's lecture up in Boston, was hilarious and actually learned shit too. Wow.
God bless you, brother.
Now, what was that? What was that
not good
speech about?
Well, I went to the Paul Revere house invited me to talk about my 7th great grandfather, William Dawes, who wrote with Paul Revere. there was no poem made about him, so he got lost to history. They had me talk about him, and it didn't go well. I got an email immediately after the fact that they would not be posting this after I did it in front of like a live audience at what was it?
What was their reasoning?
Suffolk. Well, I gave them everything I was probably going to talk about, but I did make the mistake of starting the speech off with me being at a drag queen bar that morning, which was true. I was with Joshua McCarroll and Lauren Sivan and her sister, and it was 10 a.m. By the way, the blue laws in Boston have gotten a little better because we drink at a bar at 10 a.m. We had a very masculine mimosa, and this is a great story. And so I was wearing my Flutie t-shirt. And Doug Flutie, he was Boston College, Heisman Trophy winner, blah, blah. But like for a while he played for the Bills, and he had a cereal called Flutie Flakes. It was for his like kid who had Asperger's or whatever. And it was worthy cause. Yeah. And I saved up my box tops when I lived in Boston. I actually got that t-shirt. I went to Boston. I go to this bar, and it's this linebacker of a drag queen at this bar. And of course, she wanted to go to it every morning. We're at this Airbnb. And this bartender, drag queen, but again, huge. She goes, it's really fun because I was the first person to ever tackle Doug Flutie. I played it in high school. and I'm like, continue. She's like, I fucking devastated him. And I was the first person to ever sack Doug Flutie in high school. And he talks about it, doesn't know who I am now. And her name now is Mitzi. Mitzi is basically the head drag queen of Dogs. And
wow, so her name isn't some sort of pun? Like Hedda Lettuce is a famous drag queen. And
maybe there is a pun there. I don't remember her last name. So maybe there is a pun there. But so I made the mistake of telling this story at the first part of the speech. Again, it doesn't have a lot to do with William Dawes. But I was like, as one does, I was at a drag queen bar at 10 a.m. And also I'm in a fucking college that Paul Revere hosted. I'm like, the college kids will like this. No, they didn't. And it was a lot of older people that were like, you're here to learn about William Dawes. And immediately I'm like, I lost the crowd. And so I was like, anyway, enough about my drag queens. And I get into William Dawes, but that was it. Late. And little too late. And I blame myself for that a little bit.
But it's not like you were trying to make some political point and being like, these people shouldn't be reading to kids or anything.
No, at all. I just said this is a funny thing that happened to me in Boston this morning. And no political point. But it went downhill from there. And I've embarrassed my family, all the Dawes family. They will never speak to me again. And they didn't post it. It was a whole thing. But God bless Jason. He clapped when no one else would. I love him for that. And I bought him a lot of beers afterwards.
Nice. Now, is the Dawes family, that's your mother's side, I'm guessing?
My dad's side on his mom's side.
Oh, okay. So your dad's mom.
So my dad's George Schulz and his mom is Mary Dawes. So, yeah.
Oh, all right.
But, I really disappoint a lot of people with that one. But there were facts. I really studied hard for this fucking speech, but to no avail. I'm now starting to hate drag queens, Garrett. I'm not gonna lie to you. They've ruined my life as far as
they got you in trouble.
They got me in trouble.
Speaking of sports athletes cereal, someone sent us a box of Caitlin Flakes. I maybe it's not flakes, but Caitlin Clark put out a box of cereal.
I know that.
Yeah, and I left it at I let Steve have it because I'm not a big cereal eater, and we're not.
It'll help with his diarrhea.
We're not going to open the bag and split up half and half. And we looked at what it looked like, and it kind of just looked like Frosted Flakes. But he said no, it was like premier Frosted Flakes. It was like way better
What does
than
that
any
mean?
Frosted. Like it was like Frosted Flakes, but good. Even though Frosted Flakes are good, but it was like the best version of Frosted Flakes, and he couldn't believe
But
it. He thought it was just going to be,
And
you
it
know,
was
like
Caitlin Clark Flakes.
yes. Let me
Wow.
me
Well, I definitely remember what Flutie Flakes tasted like, and it was just a bastardized version of Special. Remember, I think it was literally called Special K. Remember that cereal? And it was like
Yes.
Frosted Flakes sweetening. That's what Flutie Flakes was.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to pull up a picture of these. Of course, every picture is the tiniest little image. Whatever. I'll pull up eventually. Share this tab instead.
Oh, I'll definitely try it. I don't have much cereal anymore, but okay.
So there.
All right. It's crunch time. It is.
Yeah, so I
crunch
don't even
time.
know. They're not even called flakes. It's just called Caitlin's, and it's crunch time. And Steve said he tried it, and he went through the box very quickly because they were very good. He said they were way better than Frosted Flakes, which I just thought it would be some Costco version of the runoff of Frosted Flakes that were broken, and they picked up
Wheaties. They can't even compete anymore. When now the athletes have their own
Yeah,
cereal.
now the athletes can
It's
just
done.
make their own cereal.
Yeah.
Wheaties doesn't even get.
I still
that
have a
was a-
Michael Jordan Wheaties box, but yeah, those days are done.
Never a fan of Wheaties. Like who?
No,
liked
it
them?
tasted horrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
it always tasted old. Remember, like the flakes were like sort of like soggy, even before the milk. Like, it was never good.
Yeah. And even if you did get a crispy flake, 30 seconds in milk and it was soggy already. Eventually, yeah.
It always reminds me of that John Belushi sketch in the original cast of Saturday Night Live, where he's like, he won the Olympics for whatever, and he's fat
Yep.
John Belushi, and he's like, you know what got me through that? Little chocolate donuts. And it was just a bowl full of, it was a Wheaties commercial. It was just a bowl full of little chocolate donuts. And when he gets to the finish line, he has a cigarette in his mouth with his little chocolate donuts. It's great.
Pork chops, blah, blah, blah. 2345 writes in, thank you, $2. Is Jimmy's mom like an older female Jimmy? Good question.
Yes.
Really? So she
Well-
like ask you if you know this person because you know this other person that's from this other place?
Not as much anymore.
Okay.
I try not to talk as much, but I've already said too much. I have made myself aware of the fact that when I am home, I don't like to talk. So she probably thinks I'm the most boring person in the world because I reply.
Wait, are you home
I was
now?
Slavic.
Or are you at your parents?
Well, not to brag, I'm in my kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And yes, I have
know.
a kitchen.
So I get it. So you don't want to say anything too much. Yeah, sorry about that.
And,
Okay, no worries.
So here to prove it, this is the first Bulls championship right up here, Chicago Tribune cover. It's hard to see.
Wow.
There we go. Got them all in here. Not to brag. It's amazing I'm single. I mean, come on, look at this shit.
I guess people just don't know about the collection you have in your apartment.
They really don't, and they need to
Yeah.
learn because when that is the case, there's no time where I won't have an empty boner. Like it's always going to go inside some hot broad.
No, what you should do is take pictures of everything hanging up in your apartment and then go to a bar. And when you meet a young lady, pop out your phone and be like, want to see pictures of the cool stuff I have in my house?
I feel like you're not helping me. I feel like that this is bad advice. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't think this is to get me laid. I don't know.
Jason writes back, thank you for the $10, Jason. This is Heather of Jason and Heather, actually. Oh, sorry.
Oh, love you, Heather. Yes.
Love
Oh,
you,
she's
Heather.
got a
Yes.
great.
And no way the
Massachusetts
lecture,
accent.
and no way the lecture was great. A couple mask
Thank you,
wearing
honey.
woke folks in the audience might have been slightly confused, but that's it. But of
There were
course,
a lot of people that were slightly confused, but I love you,
minority
darling. Thank
of
you
the
so much
people.
for coming. I had so much fun hanging out with them afterward, and they gave me a great Twin Peaks, a little memento. I won't get into it because you will be very bored. But it meant a lot to me. They were great. Like they were my, like even like well, and I'll give you a little inside baseball. Immediately when I started the speech, I was sort of all over the place. And Lauren Sivan, our own Lauren Sivan, leaned over to Drew, who you've met. I don't know if you remember him. And she said, I think Bill just popped an Adderall. And Lauren was exactly right. I thought that would focus me, but it did not. I was fumbling over sentences. I was left. I was like, I didn't know if it was coming or going. Like I didn't time it right. I was gonna be very focused. Completely the opposite. I don't think it was that good, but I love you, Heather. You and Jason made my night. Everyone else there hated me, and I have the emails to prove it. But I love you guys.
Yeah, well, the night after they went, they sent Steve and I an email with pictures and everything. We went through it on the show.
Oh, we had a great time. Yeah.
Well,
By the way, Garrett, this is all you need to know. I rented out. This is so lame. I was like, well, I bet there'll be at least 20 people there. So I rented out a place called the Beantown Pub, which is like right nearby. It's like, I'll rent out that room. And it was like 10 people came. And they're like, you really want this whole room? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I thought this was going to be better. Everyone hated it. No one's coming from after the speech. And like literally after the speech, I'm like, hey, everyone, got a bar room. Come by. Everyone's just like, catch you later. This was horrible.
Well, the thing is the type of person that would, excluding Heather and Jason, that would go to a talk about William Dawes maybe aren't the biggest thinkers.
They aren't. And what I learned is that they go to these things all the time. They might be a little bit older. And they're not into the drag queens. That's another, they're not into it. And so, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. I still got paid. So there you go.
Nice.
But I love you, Heather and Jason. You guys made my night. Otherwise, it would have been a total catastrophe if you guys didn't hang out with me afterwards.
That was They're there. They're great. They
it was not good, Garrett. It's not false modesty. It did not go over well.
They were at a Content Hotel. Gave Steve and I a couple of gifts. That was very nice. Well, how come you weren't at a Content Hotel?
I was at. Lauren got us an Airbnb that apparently was very haunted. And it was on Knox Street, and it was me, her sister, Drew Lerner, and Joshua McCarroll. And then we were walking distance from where I did my speech. But yeah, we didn't get a hotel. But yeah, no, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. I really did a bad job.
No, I'm talking about Chrissy Mayer had a Content Hotel. Did you hear about this?
Oh, no, and I talked with her. I think it was because I was there that weekend, like where I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
How was it? Tell me about that.
It was fun. It was, we got to do our show one night during the 48-hour live stream that they did, where they just kept bringing on different shows and people coming on, and got to meet a bunch of the fans from our show. And it was fun.
That sounds awesome.
We had like a big suite room I shared with Steve and Luby. Everyone had their own bedroom kind of thing. The free food.
Man. All right. Give me some of the behind the scenes. Like who did something bad because someone did something bad.
That's the thing.
Stop it.
I'm telling you, the thing was we were drinking so much, so like we would just like be drunk and stumble home and just pass out, and then we had to wake up and go do some new activity the next morning kind of thing. And there was really no time for shenanigans, really. I can't think of one thing that went bad or someone did something stupid. Yeah, it was just a fun time the whole time. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
You have very much disappointed me. But I also understand that like, there's something to be said about like just constant morning until night drinking, where you're sort of like weirdly in this even keel where you're kind of dumb, you're a little slow, you're a little lazy, but nothing really bad happens. Like
exactly
at that stage. Like, yeah, now I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. The first time we got there, we did our show, and then we're drinking, and then we had to. I went to bed at 4 a.m. I played in some like poker tournament kind of thing that was also streamed live. And then woke up at 10, and we had to start live streaming a beer pong game at like noon or something
10?
like that. Not at 10, but like at noon it started. And Steve and I are so hungover. We're like, we're not drinking beer right now. So we played beer pong with water. But it was still fun. We got a bunch of games.
By the way, edit that out. I'm very disappointed.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Well, no. Like I can't make fun of you at all. Look what I'm doing, White Claw. I had a lot of Guinnesses after my tour today. And a man can only drink so much of the black stuff. And after a while, again, as I've told you a million times, and you make fun of me, White Claw tastes like summer. And it's light. And, it gets the job done. But I just can't have any more beer today.
The thing is, summer's over, though. So you got to move on. But I like that you're drinking.
Not here. Not here. Not in my mind.
I like that you drink a black beer and then even it out with a White Claw. So your shit's must come out gray.
I had a private tour today, and I've been doing enough of these where kind of everyone knows what I'm doing in the neighborhood because there's not a lot of walking tours in Turtle Bay, East Midtown. Those not in the know. And Jerry, who I think you met, who's partner PJ Clark. I had a private tour, so it started at 10:30. So PJ Clark's wasn't even open, but I start all my tours at PJ Clark's, and he's like, "Oh, Bill, I saw you with your private tour, and you were looking in the windows and you were showing them some photos. I would have let you in. We're trying to open, but all you have to do is knock." And I'm like, "Oh, God bless you, Jerry. Like, I would love to have taken them." Oh, yeah. So, like,
they're so hospitable over there.
When you're here, your family, as far as I'm stealing that from Olive Garden, but I'm taking that for my walking tours. Your family.
It's not like at least when we went on the tour, we all met at PJ Clark's and Jamie and I got there early, so we got a drink. But like the other people didn't get a drink. It's not like you're bringing in that much business to PJ Clark.
They can carry. No, I'm not at all.
But they're still very nice to you about it. Yeah, that's good.
Well, I give. I mean, I patronize the blame. But were you on one of the ones where one of the locals started chiming in? Because now I get that all the time, and I can't interrupt them because, like, I don't want the locals to hate me. But they all want to come out and give their own little stories. And the problem with that, no shocker, they go on for a while. And I don't want to interrupt them to start being angry at the tours and all that stuff. But it's a thing. And they all want to come out and do their little stories. And you look at your watch and try to be polite, but oh boy. There was like
somehow persuade them to do it while you're walking from one spot to the next spot.
You're right, and I've gotten better at being very quick. Like, oh, good to see you. Yeah, that guy died there. That's good for you to say that. Anyway, we're gonna go over here. Like, I've gotten a little better at that. When I took you guys to that like little hidden garden thing at the Amster Yard. Well, I don't know if you saw her, but Maria, she's my favorite. She works at, it's basically like a pseudo embassy for Spain, and they do a lot of Spanish language classes, blah, blah. But Maria works there. And I remember the first time I came over there with it. Well, not the first time. But I came over there. She's smoking a fucking bud. She's about 60 years old, little tiny Spanish girl. And she's like, I know you. I know you. You take the tours here all the time. Did you know that Amster was like gay married before there was even gay marriage? He was a total queer. But you know what, Bill? I got to tell you. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like with my group, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for her to say something really bad. Like, she's like, I don't look, let the queers do what they want. I was totally fine with it. But they were like gay marriage before gay marriage was a thing. This was like in the 70s, but they were like married. And okay, finish the thought, Maria. Finish the thought.
Because she thinks she's being nice, but yeah, the other people might take it a different way.
But she's the best. Like we went there today, and it was just like 3 people. It was a private tour. But like I literally like part of me like needed a little Maria. I was like, I knocked on the window. She's like, oh hey Belle. I'm like, hey, you want to come out and do a little Maria action? But no, she's the best. But there are others that are not so good. But she's a highlight. She is a highlight.
Well, we're over time, but I had one little story that I don't know. I just found kind of. You like to run? Do you still run?
I try to. I'm
so
okay. Slow. Old people pass me at Central Park when I run. Yeah.
I want to. Maybe I'll ask you. Do you think this is fake or not? This is
okay.
Oh God, they're stupid things, dude. So my personal info. Oh my God.
Wait, do I have your personal password? Yes.
So Denver hosts. This is I believe it's the 8th annual, or the 8th time they've done this.
Oh, yes.
The 31-mile run where racers have to constantly consume Taco Bell.
Aware, and Taco Bell officially does not sponsor this.
Yes, Taco Bell has no association with it.
Yeah. But they kind of do. Like they make their places open early enough, and you can eat there because they like the publicity. They don't like the shitting.
Well, you're allowed to use the bathroom in any Taco Bell, or there's one private bathroom on the way. But then now the thing is, it says that Taco Bell. So it's a 31-mile race. You have to eat. There's
31 miles. Jesus.
There's 9 Taco Bells along the course. You have to eat at 8 of the Taco Bells at least.
And you can't puke it. You can't puke it, and they claim they watch it. Yes, yeah.
So that's the thing too. Like you can't puke, but it's like, what are there spotters along the whole 31-mile course?
There are not. Yeah, no, they're going. Yeah.
But also, Taco Bell is kind of known for doing sort of these promotional things where they claim they have no influence in it or anything, but they kind of do, or they let it happen because it gets attention.
Yeah,
like, did you
publicity? But
did you hear about years ago? It was there's all these Taco Bell works of art that were paintings that were hung up in Taco Bell restaurants that were being stolen and then sold on eBay for hundreds of thousands of dollars because they garnered some sort of mystique about them. Yeah, and then like Taco Bell says they have nothing to do with it, but then people are starting to think like maybe Taco Bell set up the whole thing just so then all these morning shows and news outlets, and me included, talk about it and then mention Taco Bell, and it's a good promotion thing. Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty good at that shit. I remember and this is probably 20 years ago, and it was like, you would think that everyone would have been smarter because it was April 1. But Taco Bell announced that they had bought the rights to Liberty Bell in Philadelphia, and it was now going to be called the Taco Bell. And fucking people bought it on that date, all dates. But I mean, what a brilliant marketing campaign.
So it's called the 50K, but it's 31 miles, and you need to finish it.
31 miles, man. Jesus Christ.
within 11 hours, but that seems like a long time. Like, right? Marathons are what, 26.2 miles? And that's
So 31
be
isn't that
done.
much more. And
Yeah.
like
And marathons
good-
are done in 3 hours, 4 hours kind of thing.
like
Yeah.
3 or 4, you're like kind of okay. So 11 hours. I mean, again, it's a little more miles, but yeah. Although, and also you're consuming a lot of diarrhea fodder, so there is that.
Now,
But-
have you ever stopped for a snack in the middle of your run?
They always have. I only did one marathon for Maxim. I told you about this. Like I did I pitched Drag Race. This is way before RuPaul did it. This is like 2004, 2003, where. And the only reason I got away with this is because it was right after 9/11, kind of, and Disney still wanted a lot of people at their parks. But I did the Disney Marathon, and the pitch was that I had Disney employees give me a different Disney princess outfit every 5 miles that I would put on, and then continue on to the race. And like when I was Tinkerbell, I had like pixie dust. I'd throw it on people, and like I was wearing Cinderella's ball gown when I went through. You go through the castle. You go through all the parks, but and that's the only time they would ever have done that to get people in the park. But they give you snacks on the way, and that's a bad idea because you always have to shit. And I definitely shat myself throughout that thing, and it was horrific. And I think it was when I was in my Tinkerbell costume. But yeah,
well, what is? Don't they call that like the runner's high or something?
Yeah, but yes, and also like the way that the Disney print. I think I ended the race as Minnie Mouse, but like the way the Disney princess outfits fit, they always talk about bleeding nipples, which is a big thing with marathons.
Yes.
I didn't bleed nipples. I had bleeding armpits because they didn't fit right. So my armpits were gushing blood because
and
were just, like,
you're doing the
running.
whole this motion. Yeah.
Oh, it was a nightmare. Yeah. And and this was like back like with flip phones. So I kept talking to my photographer, telling him where I was. He was like on a bike, so he could take photos of me. And I sweat so much. And I had like a little fanny pack. My sweat killed my phone. And because I was sweating so much. So he just had to fucking find me as I was bleeding profusely through my armpits with each new costume change. Yeah, it was not fun. And I didn't make that much money.
We just to wrap it all up, we have one final video of the account of someone doing this race. And on the tab, here we go.
Yeah, they're not technically in it, but they are.
Of course, now it's muted. 1 second. God. So bad at this. Why is it muted? Well, there's no even mute thing. One more try. I'm going to try one more time. Hold on. There's no even. All right, whatever.
Hit the actual video and then see. I think if you hit the video and then go on the right, it's hard for me to see. Oh yeah, wait, like right now you can't see where I'm pointing, but I feel like it's on the side. One of those prompters. I think that right over there.
Okay, hold on. Let me refresh one more time.
We are professionals.
We are professionals here. The thing was, when I loaded it up, I saw it. There it is.
Today is
okay. Here we go.
Oh.
Have you heard about the Taco Bell 50K? Today is the annual ultra marathon race that takes runners throughout Denver, stopping at 10 different Taco Bell locations on the way. Early this morning, more than 700 people lined up at the first Taco Bell before embarking on this grueling run. Runners must eat at 9 out of the 10 Taco Bell locations. By the fourth stop, all entrants must have consumed at least one Chalupa Supreme or one Crunchwrap Supreme. By the eighth stop, All entrants must have consumed at least one burrito supreme or one nacho bells grande. There's no course cutting, no Pepto-Bismol, and you got to finish under 11 hours.
Trail of diarrhea.
And if you vomit, you're out. So,
Yep.
do you think you can do it?
Why? Why would you want to do it?
See, again, I did the drag race thing for money. Why would you ever do that for free? Like, unless you're making money doing that, what the fuck is the point? Like, that just sounds.
It doesn't even sound like they give you a free credit at Taco Bell either. You have to go in and pay for it, because then to prove that you did it, you have to show all your receipts. So you have to like have some fanny pack with you and hope you don't sweat through it and keep all your receipts in there.
That's a bunch of people that hate themselves.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of people that hate themselves, want to punish themselves. Like, no fucking way. Like, if I'm going to get that hurt intestinally, I'm getting paid. No fucking way. Other than that, no way. Jesus. Ugh.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on and filling in for Steve. It was very much appreciated. It was great.
Thanks for having me, buddy. I love you. I miss you.
You have any plugs or anything?
Oh yeah, well, I think I might be getting rid of Knickerbocker tours as far as a site is concerned, but it's coming soon, and it might be sold out. But my next Bowery Boys tour on Bowery Boys Walks is this Friday, and I will also say that when I lived in Boston, I saw Uda Pippig. She's a German woman. She won the Boston Marathon. And
wait.
That was fit.
She cheated,
Uda
right?
Pippig.
She's a cheater?
No, that's Rosie. I think that's the Rosie girl.
Rosie Ruiz.
Yes. No,
Yes.
Uda Pippig was not a cheater.
Oh, okay.
I had a buddy that was rich, and so he lived right on Boylston. So we were watching the end of it. And we watched Uda come in. It was the first. And it was one of those things where the crowd's like, oh, and you could hear the crowd just be silent, because on one side of Uda's leg was her period, red. And on the other side of Uda's leg was diarrhea. She had shat on one side, and the cameras for the Boston Marathon were very good about just doing half this side up to not show it. But that is what a marathon is, people.
Wait,
but
so
the whole time we're like, oh my God. And she was bleeding on one side, diarrhea on the other. Yeah. But she won.
So she stopped at a Taco Bell during the She was
doing the Taco Bell before the Taco Bell was a thing. Yeah. Oh, but that's a fact. You can look it up.
So yeah, follow Bill Schulz at Bill Schulz on
and
X
Uda
or
Pippig.
Twitter. And
Uda Pippig, wherever she's available. Yeah.
And look up Knickerbocker Tours. I said Knickerbocker Tours.
Yeah,
and,
I gotta change.
Sign up for that, or go to the BoweryBoys.com and sign up for Bill's Turtle Bay walking tour. Jamie and I did it. It was a lot of fun.
I live for it. That was so much fun.
All right.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
That's about it. Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. I don't think I'm doing a show tomorrow. I got to go out to my aunt's, and then we could take a ferry to go up to see my mom, blah, blah, blah. So sorry, we're going to be off tomorrow and Thursday, but we got our 2 good shows in this week with Peter Bisconti and Bill Schulz. And thank you all for watching. And we'll see you guys later. Love you. Bye.